Hello, everyone. I wanted to hop on today to share some thoughts around the biggest struggle many of us face. And that struggle is maneuvering through family systems. Family dynamics, I'll tell you, they'll make you question everything about yourself, about your life, everything. So I want to share with you a brief story and an experience I had with my father years ago where he did something that was his intention behind it was to be mean and hurtful and spiteful, and my father was a master at being a knee-jerk reaction. So I had voiced something, he didn't like it, so he made some changes that he thought would be mean and harmful and cause me heartache. Now, in the moment, it did. I was devastated. I felt like he didn't trust me, that he didn't love me, he didn't care. I had all these flood of emotions. And now I'm going to fast forward 4 or 5 years later. And I am driving my daughter to day camp and busy intersection, and I'm checking the traffic, looking all ways, checking the lights. And as I'm doing this, I literally had this insight or epiphany, if you wish, just wash over me. And all of a sudden, I could see how the choice he made, even though it was not meant to be positive for me, it was meant to be mean, spiteful, vindictive, how it actually was going to benefit me. And I was like, wow, this is wild. And in that moment, I was like, this is just so amazing. So I shared with my daughter, who was, 9 at the time, 8 or 9. What I shared with her was that no matter what is going on in your life, no matter how bad you may feel and how you may think other people make you feel, whatever their actions, don't worry about it. Just feel the pain and keep moving forward, because whatever is going on, whatever is unfolding, is going to somehow serve you in the long run. It's not going to harm you forever, only in the moment, in the breath. So just keep moving forward. And I remember her looking at me like, what? And she still looks at me like that. However, I want you to consider this because it's really huge. It's the biggest things I ever learned for myself. So imagine if whatever pain you're feeling at the hands of someone else, imagine if, no matter what the pain you're feeling, imagine if, and I keep on saying imagine if, because this is a big one. Imagine if it is meant to happen in order to serve you to become a better person, to make your life easier. What if that was the sole purpose? Now, when I reference my experience with my father, I was devastated. I was heartbroken. I cried. It brought me to my knees in many ways. And when I had that insight 4 or 5 years later, it shifted and changed everything for me. And it did it for me. All the devastation, all the pain and suffering I felt and went through, it actually shifted everything for me 4 or 5 years later. And why I want to share that with you is because imagine that everything that is unfolding in your life, no matter how miserable it is in the moment, let go of blame, let go of shame, and just allow yourself to consider, I have no idea how this is going to turn out. However, I'm going to trust that it's going to work out in my favor. Just trust. This is the unknown that you just need to trust and just go with it, because it will make your life easier. And this is how I move through my life now. This is how I have been moving through my life since, about 15 years now. I don't let things bring me down. In the moment, yes, I can feel pain. I can feel anxious, I can feel stressed, and anger. I can feel all that. And then I let it go. I don't have to understand it. I just have to trust that somehow it's going to offer me an insight that is going to improve my life and make me a better person in the process. And it's a huge ask for you to consider any of this. And I know it, I get it. However, I'm still going to ask you, allow yourself to consider, what if the pain, the suffering in the moment, in the long run, is going to serve you? Imagine. That's what I want to share with you today. Huge hugs.